What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Dan here, and guys, I want to welcome you to the game update for December. That's right, December of 2021, the last month of 2021, and I cannot fathom how fast this year has gone by. It's like every single year that passes, it takes less and less time to go through. We got so much stuff throughout the year, so much has gone on, but it just feels like yesterday when this year started, and we had a ton of stuff going on in the year that happened as well. Obviously, we'll get into all that once I do my videos in the early year, you know, birthday video, all that kind of stuff where I reflect back. But for now, 2021 is still not over. We still have a whole month of content to give you. Mind you, it's a lot less jam-packed, but I figured we'd jump in and I'll explain a few things as we go along as to what I mean by that. Now, first thing I want to mention before we start off with the first game on the list, we will be continuing games on the go. Like from now on, you guys can pretty much buckle up for the long haul in a lot of games such as NHL, NBA. Those games are going to get done. Vanguard as well as Call of Duty Vanguard. Throw it in whenever we have. Those are going to kind of be the games that we throw in, you know, as things start slowing down. As usual though, new games always take precedence and priority over anything else. And with that in mind, we have got I don't know, I guess like a few solid months of very few games to play. So you're probably going to see a lot of NHL, NBA, you know, all that kind of stuff, Call of Duty, what have you, kind of throughout the next couple of months. So you're probably going to hear me mention those games pretty frequently, I would imagine. So just bear with me while we go through that. But there's going to be that. So I know people have been asking me about those games frequently, but again, we're going to jump back and forth with those as we go through. However, there are a bunch of games. There's really only one major release in this month. One major release. And I'm sure you guys know what it is. But there are a few indie titles that look pretty cool on my end that I would like to cover, or not even necessarily indie, but they're just very small releases and probably won't take us more than 1 or 2 streams maximum to complete. So I figured, you know what, perfect, because I'll be taking off some time for Christmas this month. So just so you guys know, I'll be taking that whole week off during that Christmas week. I'll be gone during that time. So I figured I'd want to try and give you guys as much content as I physically can prior to that, which is perfect because all the games that come out are coming out during that time frame. So, or prior to that, in the first half of the month, basically. So we're gonna do our absolute best to get through as much as we can as well. So first things first, I just want to mention, you will know the major game of this month if you haven't guessed it already. We will get into it, but I am going to be doing things in order, so based on where they come out. So the first game you're actually going to see is coming out, well, I was looking at a game that came out on the 3rd, so this, I believe, Friday. However, I ended up changing my mind on it because I just didn't think people would be that interested in it, but I will throw it out there just to mention it. Currently, it's not in the running, but if you guys want it enough and there's enough hype for it, maybe I'll pick it up. The game is called Chorus. Essentially, it is a space combat game. So you take control of a ship, and all the missions are done 100% in space, and it's all that kind of battle, you know, that kind of style battle. It's like a hack and slash, except in space, if that makes sense. So it's like kind of arcadey. The development team has been known for doing iOS games in similar style, so it's gonna play kind of like that. This is one of their first. It's not their first major, but it's like their first major. I guess game on their own, because they've done I think the Saints Row ports, I think for Switch as well, if I remember correctly, but I think this is like their first major console / PC game. So if you guys want me to do Chorus, you might have to do some research on it, look at some gameplay and be the judge. But currently I looked a ton of gameplay, and I worried it was going to get repetitive. The game is apparently slated to have 8 to 13 hours of gameplay on your first time through on a normal run. So that'd probably be like a 2-stream event, unless of course it's one of those things where we end up being able to do it in one run. Either way, let me know, guys, if you want me to take a look at Chorus, and then I'll pick it up, because like I said, we don't have anything until the week after, so it might be something worth doing. But if it let me know, guys. Like I said, I haven't thrown it on the list officially. Anyway, move on to the first official game I will be playing. Is actually releasing on December 7th, and that is a game called White Shadows. Now, if you're not familiar with this game, I wasn't too familiar with it either. It's created by a very small German dev studio. I think there's only like 2 people in it. I'm not even kidding you. But to give you an idea of what it is, it's basically a 2.5D side-scrolling platformer game with, I think, a few puzzles thrown in. I love that genre. I've played a lot of games like that in that genre already. Now, if you want a direct idea of what it's like, probably right off, just to get an idea of it, it's very similar in style to Limbo. I played Limbo on the channel many years ago. I don't know if you guys saw that one, but it was it actually even includes the black and white theme as well, and it's got a lot of dark humor in it, and I don't think it'll take us longer than a single stream to finish it. So with that in mind, I figured, that'd be the perfect thing, because with the major release game coming out after that, it'd be a nice little game just kind of put to bed. Who knows, it could just be literally like a 3-hour experience. I don't know, but I figured I'd give it a go, because I like those kind of side-scrolling platformers with rich atmosphere and art design. That's basically what this is all about. Apparently, like I said, they were going for a very comedic element, and they were saying that based on a few people that played it, they're like, whoa, that's dark. So I think it's intended to be funny, but it comes across really dark. I mean, you can still have dark comedy. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm totally cool to try it out. It looks pretty neat. And like I said, I'm a big fan of those genres and those style of games. So I think we'll have a good time playing that one as well. And that, like I said, will just be a quick game just to kind of do and enjoy and support the indie guys as well. So anyway, we're moving on to the next official release. This is basically originally this is the only game I had on the list for December before I did some digging and did some research. But on December 8th, we have a Halo Infinite. This has been a game that's been in the works for many, many years. Got delayed, actually. It was actually supposed to come out, I think, earlier in the year. Might even been last year, I can't remember, but they postponed it all the way to the end of the year. So I think it was actually slated to come out like March or something, correct me if I'm wrong. But they're like, you know what, we don't have enough time. It was supposed to come out in November of last year, I believe. It was supposed to be a launch title for the Series X during the Series X launch, and it never happened. They're like, you know what, we're not ready for the Series X launch. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna be in time. We don't want to rush. We want it to be done proper. And I always respect a dev team that can make that decision and do what's best for the game, because quite frankly, guys, I hate it when things get rushed just because people are being really, really, impatient. I'd rather have a completed project and wait a little bit. If you need to take a bit more time, fine, do what you need to do. I just prefer that than having a rushed game that ends up being a disappointment when it comes out. So Halo Infinite, I don't know exactly if I'll be able to beat the campaign in one go. If you guys remember a little bit earlier on, a few months back, I ended up replaying the Halo franchise from Halo's 1 all the way up to ODST. Or sorry, that's not true, Halo 4. The only game I didn't replay was Halo 5. And I also didn't replay Halo Reach because I had played it earlier on in the year or last year. Don't really remember when they brought it to the Master Chief Collection. I played it on PC. That was the only one I didn't do. But regardless, I beat all of those campaigns in a single stream, averaging around 6 to 6.5 hours each campaign. Nothing insanely crazy. However, if I remember correctly, Halo 5 was pretty long. I should double check, because I did play that game when it was launched in 2015. I should look at how long it took me to get through the game, just kind of add it up and get an idea, because I would love to do a campaign in one series or one single stream if possible. I definitely prefer doing that. I find you can get more done, and it's easier for people to find things. And plus, when you finish a game, you can move on to other games right off the bat, and not worry too much about it. But again, it depends. We're gonna have to figure things out. There's going to be, it could be really, really long to the point where it makes more sense to split it in half. I don't think it'd be any longer than like a 12-hour campaign maximum. Even then, that's a bit of a stretch. I mean, if you look at it, people are saying that Halo 1 was like a 9-hour game. It's not. Halo 2 was supposed to be like the longest of the franchise, but I beat it relatively easily. I guess it depends on the difficulty that you're playing on as well. But either way you look at it, I'm going to try and do it in a single stream for campaign, and we'll kind of see where things go from there. Multiplayer, I know it's been out, guys. I know multiplayer has been available for a while. It's kind of like a standalone this time. I haven't touched base into it. Honestly, if I'm honest, there's very few games I want to play multiplayer in, and not because I don't like the style or I don't think I would like it at all, but I just find that I more enjoy just playing single player or co-op or something with story, something that focuses on that. With multiplayer, it's just kind of, you see the same thing over and over each day, and you don't want it to get repetitive. I know that's one for me to talk, because I played Call of Duty the only thing I streamed was Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War earlier in the year. Like literally, I think it was like March or something. That's all we played. Literally, that was the only game. We played it multiple times a day, and that's it. But I know I did that, but I don't want to only give you guys that. So will I try out the multiplayer? I'm sure I will, honestly. But things like, Battlefield got canceled because I found out it was only multiplayer. I honestly thought it had a campaign, but honestly, that kind of stuff is just like Battlefield. When I found out it was only campaign, I'm like, are you kidding me? because I looked at the multiplayer, it looked really generic. It looked empty, and people are saying the same thing. There's a lot of problems with that game. So it's like, it's crazy how things happen. You know, if it had a campaign, it probably would have drew me in. I'm like, oh, I like the gameplay, let's try the multiplayer. So I guess it really depends, but I hear the Halo Infinite multiplayer is really, really good. So it might be worth checking into. So I'll probably end up doing a few sessions or a few streams of that if that's something you guys want to see. So that's going to be the main game, the major release of the month. But we do have some other things that I've thrown on just to kind of give us some other things to look at as well. Coming out on the 10th. Now this game I wasn't 100% sure on. I threw it up here because, you know, I'm like, you know what, that could be a lot of fun based on what you guys think. But there's a game called Siberia: The World Before. Now this is a new game in a long-running franchise dating back to, I believe, 2002. Siberia 1 through 3. Essentially, it's a story-driven kind of mystery. Well, not really mystery. I guess it's more like a puzzle-based game. So there's not much action. It's all about solving puzzles and moving on. But it's like a 3D kind of a world. Like it's a proper like third-person, over-the-shoulder kind of an open-world experience, from what I understand. Not necessarily open world, but it is very, very story-driven. It's a narrative. It's an interactive narrative. But you have to solve puzzles and things to progress. That's the whole point of it. And it does kind of take place between two different time frames. I believe it's 1937 and 2004, if I remember correctly. So it looked interesting. The past games, again, were roughly, I think it said anywhere from, some people have beat it in not 7 hours, some people have beaten them in 6, some have beaten them in 10. It just depends on how you're doing it. So based on this, will it be roughly the same? Possibly. Depends how quickly we get through the puzzles. I don't know. So it's something that I think that I might want to check out. Let me know if you guys want to see that. If you need more information on it, obviously you might have just do some like research and kind of look at the videos yourself. Let me know if that's something you'd want to do, because that one's one of the ones I'm not 100% sure if I want to play it, but hey, it's up here. Figured I'd throw it up here and give it a go. So anyway, let's move on. Coming up, this one actually was also a very, very last minute addition, but I thought it'd be funny to do it. Now this game actually came out last year in 2020. However, it was early access, and I have a bit of a rule when it comes to early access. I don't play early access games until they're fully finished and fully ready to rock and roll, because I always tend to judge a game in early access. So when I play a game, I don't feel I can give it its fair shake if it's early, and I don't really feel like I should be paying to develop a game. That, you know what I mean? I don't think that's kind of our responsibility. So I usually wait until the game is fully out and ready before I, you know, play it and venture an idea. Unless of course it's early access, like here's a taste of it, you know, that sort of thing. So anyway, this game, like I said, came out before last year, but we're gonna go ahead and give it a try, because it's not a very long game, probably beatable in like three to 4 hours, depending how well you do it. But it's called One Hand Clapping. Now, this is another puzzle game. However, it's musical. So the idea is you're actually supposed to use your voice to progress. You actually need a mic to go past this game. So like the raise and lower platforms, you're supposed to sing or do whatever, or hum in various patterns or various ways. So I think based on how my streams go and how I'm singing constantly, I thought that'd be really funny to play. So a quick like 3.5 hour stream or whatever it is, play the game, have a good time with it, just be goofy, and it's a very beautiful art style. It looks really cool, and I think we could have a good time playing that game. So like I said, that does come out on the 14th. Will we be done Siberia? I don't know, probably, depending when the 14th was. I gotta double check all my dates, but hopefully we'll be able to get all that done as well. All right, now coming out on the 16th, again, so some of these games are subject to getting early copies, so I don't know for sure when, you know, if I'll be, like, some of them I know when I'm getting them, some of them I don't, but just want to let you guys know that on the release date, it might be before it, or you know, the latest it'll be is the release date, is what I'm trying to say. I might be posting something earlier than that, though. I'll let you guys know. Either way, finally, the last release of December that I'll be covering, we have on December 16th. It is called a game called the Gunk. Now, this is like an action adventure, kind of a open worldy, not open world, I wouldn't say that, but let's try and think of it as Kena. Do you remember Kena? The game I played, it looks very similar in art style. Except this is like Xboxes, so it's a Microsoft title. So Xbox One, Series X, Series S, and then PC as well. So I'll be playing on PC. But it's essentially like you land on this world and you're this junk salvager, and you have this like. Basically, there's this stuff called the gunk that's all over the planet, and it's just like basically like an infestation, and we are kind of just going through the planet cleaning it up. I know it honestly sounds like Super Mario Sunshine to be honest. But it's got enemies and things like that as well. It looks kind of fun and quirky, so I figured I'd give it a go. And you know, it'll send things off before we go on our little holiday break here. So I honestly, a lot of these games I wasn't sure about. I didn't even hear about them, but looking at them, like, you know what? It's December. We don't have a lot going on. Like I said, Halo's gonna be the only thing. Let's throw some new content in there. That's what happens during the slow months. I usually pick up way more indie games than I would normally do during like November, December, October, you know, September. September through December, I don't usually play, or through November, I don't usually play indie games just because there's so many major titles that are out or releasing, and they take up like all my time. So, but most indie devs know that, and they don't release their games alongside that, because how are you going to compete with them? You know what I mean? So you're better off releasing them in a slow time for people to play in the off season kind of thing. So, yeah, that game will be on the 16th. Again, might get some early codes for those. Not 100% sure which ones, or like I said, some of them I know I will be, some of them I don't know, some of them, you know, we'll find out in a minute. But either way, you'll definitely see gameplay on all those dates. At least they're all separated and released at different times, because that would make it a lot more difficult to do. But it's fine. We'll make it work. Everything is all probably beatable, and like a lot of these ones, like I said, are beatable in one stream. Shouldn't be too bad. So I am looking forward to it though, guys. But that is basically going to be it for the releases in December of 2021, coming to an end. And obviously, ladies and gentlemen, after we're done doing all these games, and Christmas is Christmas is ready to rock and roll, or we're done with Christmas and everything, I will be posting a video as I do, and we're gonna prep for year-end content. Now, if you guys don't remember what happens around the year-end, is I do usually 2 compilations. I originally had 3, but based on this like circumstance, the 2 of those compilations merged again. We've got my fan voted moments video. So essentially what you guys do is you vote on some moments that you saw in the past year, and you submit them, and they get voted on by other people. And as the number 1, the more votes they get, and they make a countdown for a top compilation video for the end of the year. I do one of those, and I also do my favorite games of the year as well. There's a top 5 best games. It's been top 5 because there hasn't usually been enough games that really made me say they're the best. They've only been, I remember I used to do a top 10 best games, but I ended up discovering that a lot of gameplay was harder to acquire, if you will. You know, you get the gameplay, you get the games that you'd like, but then you ended up getting to, like, say, number 6, number 7, number 8 on the list, and they weren't that great. They were like, you know what I mean? Like, there was never enough games that were warranted to be, yes, that deserves to be in a top 10. It's always been like, it's only there because I'm running out of, I'm running out of the series that I did in the year. I know I played a lot more series this year than I have in the past, but it's still like, I find the top 5 really makes it competitive based on what games were really the best. So that's usually a separate one. That's usually just my opinion, what I think it should be. And then you got the top fan voted moments as well, which is based 100% on what you guys vote. So most people who watch my channel by now are aware, and they usually will note little things as they're watching. They'll make a note on what stream it's from, what series it's from, the part number, the timestamp. Usually if people can do all that, it makes it so much easier for me to find it. But obviously, submitting something in general is good. So I'll be making a video for that, letting you guys vote, but that'll be after Christmas, and I'll try, well, it might be during. I might make a post during just to kind of give you guys time to vote, and then by the time we're done, by the time we come back, because I'll be back on the 20, I don't know what day, because Christmas I think is the weekend, so whatever the Monday is after Christmas, I'll be back then, and I'll probably keep streaming, but then I'll be able to let the votes come in and things like that, and try and have those videos rather, those compilations ready for the 1st or 2nd of January, or 3rd, roughly. Usually the first week of January is when I try to have it ready, both those videos. So it does take a bit of time to make them though. So that is what's to be expected as well. So it's crazy that it actually is year end, and it's time for another compilation. It seems like I just made the last one. That's what's crazy. It just feels like it was yesterday. So crazy. Time's going by quick. Either way though, guys, that's going to be it for this game update. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Comment down below what you thought of this list. If what's coming out, is there anything you're looking forward to? If there's anything you feel I missed, obviously let me know. Any DLCs that I didn't mention, there were no DLCs from what I read, but again, not all these news outlets seem to have the answers to when DLCs come out. It's mad annoying. So if you guys have any knowledge of anything and you feel like I missed something and I didn't put it on the list, please comment down below and let me know. Otherwise, let me know what you're looking forward to the most. Anyway, guys, as well, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new. Obviously, you're most likely subscribed, but if you're not, if your post notifications aren't turned on, be sure to do that with the bell icon. Don't forget to like, follow all my social media pages as well. Got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Discord. Those are all linked in the description. If you want to get a shirt or hoodie of mine, there's a link in the description. It's also embedded right below the stream, or sorry, the video, I should say. You should scroll down and you can see a few of the items I have available, but the full link has the full list of items as well, just to make that a mention. Big shout out to all the sponsors of the stream: DXRacer, Bones Coffee, Always Bearded, The Ridge Wallet, and Jinx Custom Controllers. I use their products every single day, and you can check them out for yourself with the links in the description, and you can use my promo code DANQ8000 where applicable to save some money at checkout. And finally, guys, of course, don't forget to sign up for the Team 8000 membership program if you haven't done so already. It does support the page so very much. 2 tiers are available for you based on your budget, a basic and a premium. Obviously, you're going to get perks for signing up. You'll get badges by your name, custom badges by your name, custom emojis to use in chat, exclusive videos and streams access, and priority in open lobbies when I do those. And also, if you go that premium route, though, you'll get a 20% off discount code that's exclusive to you for your use during your time in the membership program, as well as entry in the monthly game giveaway, where I take all the premium members, throw them into a draw, and at the start of each month, which is going to actually happen today. So if you're watching this on the 1st, well, there's gonna be a stream later on today, and in that stream, at the end of it, we're gonna draw this, do the premium draw, take all premium names, pull a name, that person wins a game of their choice. It's literally, they tell me what game they want, I buy it, and I send it their way. It's as simple as that. So make sure you're signed up for that. There's a link in the description. There's also a join button below the video and on my main channel page as well. So don't miss out on that while you can. I know some people's memberships have ended and they don't have it on automatic renewal. So they forget about it and then they miss the giveaway. So make sure if you're wanting into the giveaway, you gotta be a premium member, make sure you sign up before that stream happens, because I wanna see you entered into that giveaway. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait to get into these new games and continue the ones we currently have on the go. Like I said, Forza Horizon, Sherlock Holmes, all this stuff is still that I want to finish up, a few extra things I want to do. But obviously, it's going to be a good time when we actually get to start some new games, and Halo Infinite as well. That's a big one. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully, I'll see you in a stream soon. Let's hand things over to Noxale. Take care, guys.
Who's the man with the plan? If you feel trouble wildin' wild on these violent and hit you 8,000. Wait a minute, hold that stylist style. Damn, goddamn Billy Jack, we still riding, tires flat. I hear them sirens, see shots flying, so we driving, fire back if they ain't vibing. Lie with that, got me dressed up in all black. What up? Hood up, and I see them haters try to run with us. They gon' need inhalers, gotta breathe them hard just like Darth Vader. Players grab your respirators, night invaders get lightsabered. Mask on for the shooters, move like trash to bed intruder. Got that Glock and got them woofers. Just press play, I'll keep it moving. Who is Nox? Still you damn fools. Keep it fresh like canned food. There ain't nothing we can't do, so tune into that damn kill. Yeah. It was never, ever a game.